Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
Is your Instagram marketing really working, even though you are using a social media strategy, but you're not seeing the results you want? In this podcast, I'm going to let you know how to audit and improve your Instagram strategy, get rid of outdated tactics that are holding you back, boost conversions from your profile page, and make your evergreen content even better. Hey, it's Kari, and thanks for joining me on the Kari Cares Digital Strategy Podcast. If you're new here, hello. I'm a digital strategist with 2 decades of experience in marketing and communications, and it's my goal to help you level up your marketing skills and website strategy. If you haven't already, please subscribe to make sure you never ever miss out on this podcast, and reach out and connect with me on socials at KariWatt or on my website kariwatt.com. Now, it's important to understand that your Instagram strategy is never really finished, and your Instagram presence can never be perfect. There's always more that you can do to understand the needs of your audience and create an offer that will entice them to take action. So let's get into it. There are 4 tactics you should stop using right now to instantly improve your Instagram presence. The first is the follow-unfollow tactic. Now, this was really popular back in 2015, I think it was, as a way to get someone's attention by following them, and then once they followed you, you immediately unfollowed them. There are several problems with this tactic. It can lead to being followed back by accounts that are just looking for engagement and not from your target audience, same as what you're doing really. You also get risk of being flagged by one of the algorithms on Instagram for spam, and it's just generally disrespectful to other accounts trying to build a genuine audience. Not to mention the follow-unfollow is slow, time-consuming, and there are so many more effective and creative ways to use your time on Instagram. Another tactic to avoid is engagement pods, also known as engagement groups. Now, these are a group of people who agree to like, comment, or share on other Instagram posts in an effort to boost the engagement. For example, you might agree to like their posts and they like yours. However, Instagram actively tracks these pods or patterns of activity. So even if your pod is organized through a private Facebook group, Instagram can limit your reach and even ban your content. And I've seen this happen with many clients who've had to set up new accounts, which is really annoying for them, but it's a lesson learned. Giveaways can be a great way to build your community or showcase products and services, but they have to be targeted and within Instagram's guidelines. Don't get involved in giveaways with multiple brands that offer a prize with a broad appeal and ask entrants to follow every business in the group on Instagram. This is actually spammy, and it does encourage artificial engagement. It will not attract your ideal audience. Now, you think about Instagram, if you use it correctly, it is a tool for you to make money, okay? It is a tool for you to get people to go from your Instagram account onto your website, and your website you own. Your Instagram account is owned by Instagram. It's not owned by you. So I always use Instagram to get people off Instagram and onto my website. And also, don't buy followers or use bots to like and comment or posts, or use hashtags that are unrelated to your content. For example, using a popular hashtag just to get more visibility without actually being relevant to what your post is about can damage your reputation and could even get you banned for Instagram again. Now that we've discussed some tactics to stop using, let's move on to a 5-step checklist to audit your Instagram and strategy. Step 1 is all about optimizing your Instagram business profile for conversions. This means taking a good look at your profile page. Make sure everything is up to date and effectively showcases the value you offer to your followers. So this could include things like your bio, the link in your bio, your profile photo, your account name, and your display name. Now, it's a good idea to calculate your conversion rate by dividing the number of profile visits by the number of followers over the same period. Aim for a conversion rate of around 10% in the beginning and strive to improve on that on your past performance over time. Now, this might be a little bit tricky if you've got a very low follower count. I would just calculate it by 5%. Give yourself a little bit of a break, okay? Step 2 is about updating your evergreen content. Now, if you're not familiar with the term, evergreen content is content that remains relevant and useful over a long period of time. Instagram stories and highlights are great tools for engaging new followers and teaching them more about what you offer, your products and services. Consider categorizing your highlights based on your business goals or content pillars and use eye-catching and descriptive titles to draw in new followers. If you head on over to my Instagram account @CurryWhat, follow me and check out my highlights, you'll see what I mean there. And I update these all the time. Although I do have a couple of personal ones of my dog. So Tristan, who passed away earlier this year, I will never get rid of that because honestly, I had so many glorious days in the office with him, and clients would come over to have a coffee just to hang out with Tristan. And now I've got Lucy Lou. Lucy Lou is still a puppy. You'll hear her running up and down in the background, stealing socks and chewing on things that she really shouldn't do. So the other day it was my remote control for my television. Luckily, I don't watch TV very often, so it's not a bad thing, but we do get clients that come in just to see the puppy or catch up for a coffee just to have a Lucy Lou cuddle. So step 3 is about exploring new content formats. Now, Instagram has a few different options for sharing content, such as Reels and live video. It's worth experimenting with these formats to see what resonates with your audience. You can use the Instagram analytics to track the performance of different formats and adjust your strategy accordingly. And if you're camera shy, that's okay. You can use Reels in so many different ways. As an introvert, extrovert, I often get extremely shy on camera. Even though I worked in television for 20 years, can you believe it, in front of the camera? Doing this sort of stuff on Instagram, I do get a little bit shy. I'm better on a podcast, hence why I've relaunched the podcast again, so I hope you're enjoying it. And again, thank you for the reviews. I got quite a few reviews in the last couple of weeks, which I'm really pleased about because it actually helps me see that I'm making a difference in your business or in your life or with your marketing. So thank you again. Again, if you haven't already, please review this pod in Apple iTunes because it helps me know that I'm making a difference. Step 4 is about promoting your content to reach new audiences. Now, Instagram offers paid promotion options such as sponsored posts and ads. This can help you reach new users who might be interested in your products and services. So be sure to use targeting options to ensure that your content is seen by the right people. And finally, step 5 is all about monitoring and adjusting your strategy. It's important to review the performance of your Instagram strategy using analytics and making adjustments as needed. Do it on a regular basis. Don't be afraid to try new things and pivot if something isn't working. By following these steps and reviewing and adjusting your strategy on a regular basis will ensure that your Instagram marketing efforts are working effectively and driving the results you want. Remember, it's all about improving your gross margin. So thanks for joining me and listening to this episode of the Curry Cares Digital Strategy Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please share it with your friends and leave a review on the pod. Your support really means a lot to me. And if you have any questions or suggestions for future episodes, don't hesitate to get in touch. You can find me on Instagram @CurryWhat, on Facebook @CurryWhat, on LinkedIn @CurryWhat, on my website @CurryWhat.com. Or you can email me at hello@currywhat.com. I'm always happy to hear from you and help you level up your marketing skills and work on your website strategy. So the next episode is all about AI tech because you asked. But don't worry, there's more social and website content coming in the new year. But if I were you, get on my email list because I do send them the tips and tricks before you get it on this podcast. Anyway, thanks again for tuning in. Until next time, peace.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.